Hi, welcome to Technology Trends and Me, Episode 3, AI and Me. My name is Lewis Richards and I head up the Leading Edge Forum's 21st Century Human Practice. In the last episode, we looked at personal automation tools and capabilities. In this episode, we take this one stage further to look at artificial intelligence, or AI. As with all episodes in this series, we concentrate here on the effects and opportunities of AI for the individual. We might say that personal automation allows us to tell the computer what we need and what we want with a great deal of efficiency. AI takes this one stage further. The computer can predict what we want and maybe even do things for us without our ever asking it. Enter the bots. AI, what it is and isn't. There isn't one simple agreed on definition of AI. It is a label ascribed to IT that does clever things, often similar to what a human can do, like playing a hard game or communicating in natural language and interpreting meaning from pictures or text. My colleague at the LEF, David Michela, likes to say that there is nothing artificial about artificial intelligence. After all, you don't describe a tractor that helps you plough a field as artificial strength. We prefer the term machine intelligence, but recognise that AI is the more popular term. AI that learns and improves is often called machine learning. An AI that uses multi-layer neural networks, a technique popular now that computing power is so huge, is labelled deep learning. What we are exploring in this episode of Technology Trends and Me is machine intelligence applied to you as a person with context and insight. Increasing automation is a given in our digital lives. Orchestration and minimizing of complexity is increasing at a significant rate as the amount of data that surrounds us increases. As we discussed on our last episode, there are now hundreds of services and devices available in the world that are designed wholly to be connectable via standard interfaces. And whilst we are seeing the emergence of platforms that allow each of us to create new and novel utility, AI that intelligently creates utility for us as humans is even better. The most obvious appearance of simple AIs that do this at present are bots that live in our social media messenger systems. For example, in November of 2016, Facebook announced that there are now over 34,000 chatbots living inside Facebook Messenger alone. These bots allow you as a human to interact conversationally with white goods, taxis, restaurants, banks, healthcare services, airlines, and many, many more. A neat example of this is the Kaiko.co-fame bot in Facebook Messenger. You can give Kaiko a name or even a scan of a business card, and she will find out lots of details about the person you describe. The list is almost endless, and these are just a few examples of what's available right now using one social platform. The major issue for the developers of these chatbot systems isn't in fact the underlying AI technology, rather it is the human element of the equation. Most people are still unaware that these bots exist, how to find them, and importantly, beginning to trust them to perform functions. In general, these platforms are not ready for full-on enterprise integration, but this is definitely where companies like Microsoft, Facebook, Salesforce, and IBM are looking for these services to land. As individual 21st century humans, and as is typical with consumerization, we are likely to learn how to use these AI functions in our personal lives first, then transpose those skills to our professions. The development of our meta-level skills in trusting and dealing with AI and bots is something that we can begin to develop now, as the underlying technology is constantly shifting. Trajectory. As we've outlined, there are literally thousands of AI bots already present in common social media systems, and we are also obviously seeing the rise of voice-controlled AI assistants appearing in that other ubiquitous platform, the smartphone. As the cost of smartphone technology drops, the rate of adoption is increased, and all of the major players have their own form of voice-controlled AI. Samsung have a new platform called Bixby, Apple have Siri, Google have Google Now and Google Assistant, and Microsoft have Cortana. Amazon also have Alexa, but this is not native to a handset at present, although it does live inside the Amazon app. It is fascinating to watch how these tech giants are now looking for ways to integrate and deploy their voice assistants into other product categories. Amazon obviously lead the way here with Alexa living inside the increasingly large range of Echo products. Apple is looking to integrate Siri into Apple TV, and Microsoft plans to turn every Windows PC device into a Cortana channel. The emergence of these intelligent agents equipped with natural language control is indicative of the drive to change the fundamental nature of how humans interact with computers. We believe that in the future the mouse point-and-click metaphor will increasingly seem anachronistic as we begin to talk and communicate with AIs in a natural fashion. It is not inconceivable, for example, that in a few years, a nightclub bouncer wearing a pair of augmented reality glasses would get a signal that tensions are rising in an area of the club from an AI using sentiment analysis. As AI tools continue to mature, we expect to see them appear in more product categories. As an example, one of the largest arm races at present is to see who will emerge as the dominant AI player in the vehicle space. Value. The potential value of personal AI is pretty clear, and here we outline 3 examples. 1. Increasing efficiency around everyday tasks. 2. Providing useful, contextual information in a more timely way. And 3. Developing insights into our lives and businesses that we cannot easily see ourselves. In terms of increasing efficiency around everyday tasks, we can look at the example of X.ai. For $39 a month, you now have access to an AI executive assistant who will deal with your email calendar function. You train the AI to understand how and where you like to meet, then simply hand off the process of responding to meeting requests. There is a great ROI calculator on the X.ai homepage that indicates based on your salary how much time and money you waste doing this yourself. It suggests that a mid-level employee might save at least $500 per month by using an AI assistant. Providing useful contextual information. This example is probably the most common experience that most of us have and is best brought to life by the Google Assistant. If we are happy to trade our data access to the system, then it is capable of providing enormous utility. It will remind you of flights, suggest when you need to leave to make your next meeting, and remember where you parked your car at the airport. Access to your personal knowledge graph is the key factor here, and it is one area that we each need to understand and think about carefully as we open up our lives to the AI. Finally, developing insights that we cannot easily see ourselves. This is an area where we are beginning to see personal AI utility appear inside enterprise toolsets. For example, how many of us have used the My Analytics function that now exists inside Office 365? Think of it as Fitbit for Office, where the AI tracks your time, effectiveness, and interactions with colleagues. In a time where we all feel the pressures of stuffocation, having this type of insight into how we work is the first stage in becoming able to manage ourselves more productively. Risks. As we talked about in the last episode of Technology Trends and Me, AI is still maturing, and every day we see new announcements of developments in this space. We have recently seen Google DeepMind successfully defeat the world's best players of Go, up until recently thought to be an impossible feat for a machine to achieve due to the innate need for intuition. We have seen large swathes of datasets given to AI to develop insights. In the UK, for instance, the NHS has shared swathes of data with Google DeepMind, developed new, faster forms of treatment. The Italian government is partnering with IBM Watson to look at similar advances in healthcare. For enterprises, investing heavily into any platform creates a measure of risk, and we believe whilst practical use cases and experimentation can derive business value, it is probably more useful at this point to look at ways in which we can increase our overall workforce perception and use of AI tools. As 21st century humans, we need to adapt our own abilities to be able to use the AI tools that surround us. Breaking our own muscle memory and habits is by far the greater challenge. If we just consider the previous example of the AI assistant from X.ai, this is cheap and easy for anyone to test. In fact, we recommend that you do this as an exercise. You will soon find that the AI is extremely capable as an executive assistant. The greater challenge comes from whether you as a human are willing to let the machine set a meeting with someone who you consider to be important. Does this show a lack of respect on your part? How will the person on the receiving end respond? Do they know they are dealing with an AI? Do they care if it is effective? These type of questions are quite simply human. And this is both the risk and the opportunity for AI. We have to learn where our boundaries are and how we wish to augment our human interactions with machines. And to us at the Leading Edge Forum, this is the key point to counter the doom and gloom that AI will take all of our jobs. Whilst there are undoubtedly professions that will be heavily disrupted by AI, we choose to think of the risks as an opportunity. If you have a brilliant human EA at present, wouldn't it be better to equip them with the AI, allowing them to refocus, retrain, and provide even greater value to you and your firm? Tools. There are numerous tools that you can experiment with at present. We wholly recommend X.ai and using My Analytics on Office 365. One of the other ways to experiment with personal AI is to track down and use and evaluate AI bots that live inside the common messenger platforms. We recommend the following as good examples to begin to learn. Keiko.cofame, a really useful bot. You can ask it to find out information on anyone providing their Twitter handle by scanning a business card, adding a mobile phone number, or look up on company information. This is a powerful service that really brings to life one of our key points around increasing efficiency in everyday tasks. HealthTap. Every year, it is estimated that more than 1 billion people search the web for health information. Google records almost 10 billion symptom-related health searches per year alone. Unlike a human doctor, the web only provides access to content that is semantically related to these descriptions. Unlike a human doctor, the internet does not know how to ask follow-up questions. It cannot assess severity or offer any form of triage advice. HealthTap's AI incorporates both context and clinical expertise. It does so by using responses to symptom descriptions from doctors who have helped triage hundreds of millions of patients worldwide. The aim of the AI is to begin to act like a sympathetic human physician. The HealthTap AI converses with the user to understand their current complaints or concerns and uses the user's health profile to compute the probable causes of their symptoms. Try HealthTap and give it some pretend symptoms. Learn how to interpret its results and begin to sense your comfort factor with the diagnosis. Abby.ai. Personal productivity, and the lack thereof, is a massive marketplace, and Abby.ai has taken a different approach to the gathering of metrics. Rather than rely wholly on sensors or the end user capturing time and effect within their day, Abby engages the user in conversation. By asking questions about your perceived wellness, attention and productivity, it is able to generate dashboard data in a more empathetic fashion. YalaBot. YalaBot is an AI for social media engagement. As people become more adept at building their personal brand and purpose on social media channels, there is a tipping point where a level of automation and editorial control around publishing begins to make sense. Whilst there are a plethora of desktop and web-based tools to accomplish this, YalaBot is an AI who comes to your aid inside Facebook Messenger. You can send her links that you would like to share, and she will take care of the best time to post based on statistical analysis of your followers and trends. As we said earlier, whilst this is a nascent market, there are already tens of thousands of bots to trial and test. We also recommend getting skilled at sensing using the Product Hunt website and app, and also using the BotList AI bot within Facebook Messenger to stay up to date with the latest developments. What should I do? All of the major tech firms on the planet are committing billions into AI research. This means that AI will infuse itself into the world around us. The onus is on us as individuals is to make sense of this potential. No one is going to do this for us. We each have a responsibility to investigate and learn how we can best derive value. We recommend that interested participants do the following. 1. Take a look at the AI bots available and start to experiment. 2. Think about mechanisms to break your habits so that you are able to realize when you are using an AI. 3. Investigate your enterprise choices. If you use Office 365, check to see whether you have access to My Analytics, for example. Consider forming groups with colleagues and/or friends to investigate and share notes on different automation platforms and services in order to accelerate the learning. We sense this experimentation is occurring everywhere. Very recently, Mark Benioff, CEO of Salesforce, let slip that he is using an unreleased version of their Einstein AI called Guidance himself. He invites the AI to his Monday morning staff meetings, where he has up to 30 executives update him on progress. He states that they talk about different regions, products and opportunities. He then asks one other executive for their opinion, and that exec is Einstein. He literally turns to Einstein and says, "Okay, Einstein, you've heard all of this, now what do you think?" And Einstein will give him the over and under on the quarter and show him where they are strong and where they are weak. Sometimes it will even point out a specific executive, which it has apparently done in the last 3 quarters, and say this executive is somebody who needs specific attention during the quarter. As always at Leading Edge Forum, we stress the importance of haptic sensing, and as the example just outlined points out, nothing compares to hands-on experience. We hope that you keep abreast of emerging offerings as well as enhanced capabilities from existing providers as the market matures, remembering that this is a relatively new space and is likely to continue to evolve. As you identify potential value that AI brings to your busy schedule, ensure that you share this with your network. Thank you.